Oh, just real quick, I wanted to do. Y'all hear it in the background. All right. So, anyways, real quick. So I was watching Soul Food today. And it's so many things I want to talk about this now that I've grown. Like, I'm at like big age, like for real big age. I'm 35. So watching it at 35 is a different set of lenses than watching it at 20. Watching it, the movie came out when I was like 7 or 8. First of all, so definitely a different set of lenses. When I was 7 or 8 and the movie came out, my grandmother, who was the big mama of our family, literally just passed away. So I resonated with Amal, and I'm the oldest grandchild. And I wasn't the only grandchild, but I'm the first. I was the first grandchild, and then my sister was born the year before my grandmother passed away, and Soul Food came out like a few months after my grandmother passed away. So I resonated with the character of Amal from a different perspective, a different level. I could see the kind of like the favoritism, the being close with your grandmother, the whole having inside jokes that you felt like only you and your grandmother shared. I had that experience, so I resonated it from a different perspective. Then as a teenager watching it, as like between the ages of 12 and 16 watching it, me and my sisters would always make jokes and say that's us because it's three of us. I'm the oldest, so I will be representing Terry, but I didn't have, back then anyway, I didn't have a stank attitude like Terry. um I'll I didn't have a stink attitude to where like I was bitter towards the world or bitter towards my family, like they try to portray Terry, or that was the tone they was trying to give. But I'm gonna correct that later because I see Terry through a whole different lens now than I did back in the day. But yeah, I had the oldest child syndrome, the one that was made to be in the books, the one that was made to be smart or whatever. I experienced that like Terry. Now I relate to Terry in a different sense because I am in law school to be an attorney. She was a successful attorney or whatever. But as a child, I related to Terry just because I was the oldest. But I related to Bird because Bird was fly and she liked nice things. I liked nice things growing up. I wanted to be that girl that Bird was. Like, I wanted to do my own thing and have the things and kind of be like material girl before Saucy Santana, right? But then I related to Maxine because Maxine had a family, and I was always kind of raised to keep my head in the books, get married, have children. So in my mind, I knew the end result would be I would be married with kids like a Maxine. So that was my perspective growing up, looking at it from a child and a teenager's perspective. Now in my adult life, I'm still a good mix of the three. And as much as me and my sisters joke, now I would say my sister Kayla is probably a mix of Terry and Maxine because I feel like my sister Kayla is more of the responsible one out of the three of us. She would be the one, like Terry did, handling the business affairs, handling the bills of the house and things of like that nature. I'm not saying me and my sister will leave her hanging with the financial obligations, but she would be the one probably spearhead and everything, just very much in control and in charge, like Terry gave, right? My sister Danielle is the baby sister, which will be Bird's character. And my sister Danielle definitely gives Bird's character in a sense of she would, she's that girl. She's a material girl. She's that girl. But the difference is, in Soul Food, they was making it like only, yes.
My teeth fell out.
Oh wow.
So once again, I'm tired of his teeth.
And you still got baby teeth. It's gonna happen.
I only got one more.
I will hope so, cause you are a teenager.
It's only this one.
Okay.
Cat one.
I'll give it another 6 months. It'll probably be out. You probably be done. Anyway, so in Soul Food, they were trying to make it seem like only Terry was college educated. But in my family, it's all three of us. Like me and my sisters, we all have college degrees. So that's that on that. Or whatever. But so yeah, but I relate to Terry now in a whole different spectrum of, yeah, I'm in school to be an attorney now. I am the oldest. Yeah, I have more of a sternness and a I feel like the firstborn is the guinea pig. We're the test dummy child. We've seen the most. We've been around for the most. We are made to feel or guilt tripped into taking care of everything and everybody. Um, and I feel like that was Terry's experience, and I've experienced that in my own little way. Um, but yeah, I also want to talk about hurt. Like Terry was hurt. They created this narrative all these years that Terry was like bitter and angry, but Terry was hurt. Terry was the scapegoat. Terry was hurt. Like y'all kept doing stuff to her like Maxine. That's something that me and my sisters would never do. We would never try to steal each other, man. Why you married that lady boyfriend. You stole your sister's man. You And you wasn't even forefront with it. You ain't say, hey, we feeling each other, we like each other. Maybe he's not your steez. Do you mind if we talk? No, she caught y'all sneaking around in the car. Then you had to turn around and marry that man and have kids by that man. Granted, y'all seem to be happy, but that's probably even more of a smack in the face. Like, you did me dirty and you got happiness from it, and I got to sit there and stomach it every Thanksgiving, Christmas, every Sunday at church and Sunday dinner. And nobody checked Maxine for the betrayal. Like, Big Mama just let that ride. And Big Mama, now that I watched it today, it just seems as if Big Mama was more so a let's not be judgmental and let's forgive, kumbaya, which is fine because she let her gambling ass husband almost put them back dirt poor again. It seemed like more than once the way they was talking about it through the movie. And because Maxine said she ain't tripped, she just did what she had to do and left daddy with his pride and dignity. Yes, and at my big age, I understand with the black man psyche. Yes, they need that very much. They need to be left with their dignity. But at the same time, y'all, we ain't teach men accountability because of that mindset. So with me cussing out gonna take away your dignity, but not teaching you accountability, which one is the trade-off here? Because why you got a whole wife and kids and you keep gambling out shit to the ground? But like I said, Big Mama, how they presented her in the movie, it seemed like she was a church lady that worked hard and had this I'm not going to judge you, I'm just going to move with you type of energy. Okay. But as the mama, I would have checked my daughter. Teenager and I probably would have with your ass. Like, you don't do no slime, no snake stuff like that to your sister. Hi, Tank. Wake up. He just woke up from his nap. Like, you don't do no slime mess like that to your sister. At all. You don't do slime stuff like that to your sister. Like, who gonna check me, boo? Like, somebody should have checked Maxine for that. That was wrong. Somebody should have definitely... Okay, the sisters prior to Faith sleeping with Terry's husband, y'all didn't like her. And then after she did the most outrageous, egregious stuff, and y'all mama passed because y'all mama was the one that was forcing Faith on y'all. Because that was her sister's baby, as she told the pastor. And another thing, why y'all ain't kick that pastor out? Once again, accountability. Why was that the joke? Why was that funny that the pastor was always trying to skin and grin and fill up on the sisters? You was not only my pastor and my spiritual leader, but you was old enough to be my daddy. Why wasn't he checked? I would have checked all that, and that man would have never been invited back into my home, and I probably would have never went back to that church. I wish you would put your greasy hands all over my children. I don't care if they're grown or not. And the husband had every right to want to break his neck because it was inappropriate and foul and wrong. It just predatorial. Why do we protect stuff like that? Also, like, yeah, so what was I saying? Because I'm naming all the stuff that was wrong. But yeah, Faith was forced upon the sisters, Terry, Bird, and Maxine, because of Big Mama. Big Mama's dead now. And she done slept with your sister's man. So why is now is y'all trying to be all inclusive? Because like that would have been my sister, me and my sisters. If that was our experience, it would have been a situation we ride at dawn. That mama ain't here no more to try to preach that kumbaya stuff. It would have been, oh, you was exiled, you was banished from the island. Like, we're never to speak to you again. You lucky we don't put you, like, stomp you out type thing. Because that's craziness. And it wouldn't even be about the man. It would just be about principle. Like, me and my sister, we'd be like, yeah, we ride that on. With this, no. Or we could have definitely, like, been on some, in respect of my deceased mother, I ain't gonna put hands on you. I ain't gonna curse you, yo. But you can never come back around. You are banished. Point blank, period. I'm allowed as a grown adult to feel hurt and to create a healthy boundary there. And I feel like the narrative that Soul Food was pushing is like, go against the boundaries, even down to Lemon Bird's wedding. Why was y'all exes there to begin with? Now with Bird, she was completely shocked. She didn't know it. She didn't approve of it. And it's giving almost like you and Lim, meaning Bird and Lim, like, it's giving Bird had a roster. And she was entertaining her roster. It was giving actually Bird and Lim both had rosters where they were dating each other amongst dating other people, and they just decided to settle down with each other. Because why was the exes still around like that if that wasn't so recent? Because if it was a clean break and it's been some time, then none of that wouldn't even went on. Like, why is Lim ex coming there to shake her butt on him? Why is Samuel there to put money in her dress? So that's what it's giving. It's giving y'all had a roster and decided to choose each other, and that's what's that. But why ain't nobody check Lim? Because Lim was enjoying it. At least Bird did walk away. Lim was enjoying it. Why ain't nobody check him? And all Big Mama was dancing with him, and all was done, all was well? Nah. I'm not saying my mama would have cussed my husband out for doing it. I'm not saying my mama would have, because my mom in real life is a non-confrontational person. But on my bed, it would have been an issue. The whole wedding would have been let out. Or if I would have acted with some decorum during the wedding, that whole honeymoon would have started off with a bang. Do you hear me? I'm just saying. Say hi. So, yeah. Like, it's just all sorts of wrong going on in this movie, and nobody is holding nobody's feet to the fire. And anytime somebody did try to hold somebody's feet to the fire, which was Terry's character, she was berated for it and made to feel bad for speaking her truth and or wanting to have boundaries set. Like, y'all don't get to do me wrong and tell me how to feel. Like, like, what we doing here? And she was tired of being the ATM. She's the attorney. She had the most money, which is another thing. At the end of the movie, when Uncle Pete dropped the TV and all the money came out, I'm trying to figure out why was Terry happy about that money when it even came to the house, because Ahmad said that it was money stashed away that she only told him about. Why? You had money. You was an attorney. I could see Bird and Maxine and Faith being excited about that money. But why? Why was you even inquisitive about the money when you got money? That's just, I guess, a plot hole in the script that I don't think nobody thought about. But anyway, the thing that I came on here originally to say, though, was at the end of the movie, Ahmad said, and it's something that stuck out to me because I remember the last conversation I had with my grandmother before she passed, and that lets me know that she knew her time was coming. She said to me, I'll never forget it. I told her, I said, Grandma, you gonna be with me forever? And she didn't lie to me. She didn't gas me up like we normally do children just to save face and not hurt their feelings. She told me the truth. She was like, I'm not gonna be with you forever, baby, but I'm gonna always love you, and we're gonna have good memories or whatever. And she said, and I'm not afraid to die. I've done everything that I wanted to do. That stuck out to me. So in the movie Soul Food, Ahmad said, we are no longer grieving Big Mama's death because she did everything that she wanted to do. Y'all go ahead, because I'm making a video. She did everything that she set out to do, which is to make a strong family and leave love in the footprints.
I think it's something in the oven that's burning.
I turned the oven off. Ain't nothing in the oven. It's French fries. It's probably just the smell lingering. It's French fries and hot dogs on the stove, but the oven been off for like almost 30 minutes now. You want brother? Go ahead. Go to brother. You can have brother.
Come here. What you doing?
Take him up. Take him with you. Take him in the living room with you. So yeah. So dang, what was I saying? So in the lead, the love and the footprints. And he said that's something that the generation before us is missing, or the generations, I guess during that time, so early 90s, is missing, leaving love in the footprints. I think that was the clause of black families. I feel like that was the foundation of black families from the 70s to probably the early 2000s, is just leaving love in the footprints. Forgetting, like, and with that came with, like, not necessarily checking people when needing to be checked, low-key protecting abusers. The list go on. We look the end result of Diddy and R. Kelly, right? But things of that nature, because we trying to leave love in the footprints. We trying to be black excellence and get all the things. In the movie, they had the laundromat and all the things. In my real life, my grandfather owned laundromats and all the things. My grandmother retired from the police department before she passed. So, like, I get it. So we're just trying to be black excellence and hold our family together, because in slavery, think about it. If I'm 35, our grandparents is not that far off from the abolishment of slavery. So during slavery, that was ripping families apart and not allowing us to marry each other and things of that nature. So to have that freedom and that option, it was just like, we're going to hold tight to this by any means necessary, even when it's wrong, type thing. And so I think that's what underlines the tone of leaving love in the footprints. I think now, my generation and on down, we're going to be leaving boundaries and accountability in the footprint. We can love you our whole heart. That don't mean we got to put up with you. I think our new generation of millennials and anybody past the millennials is going to be on some, I love you, but I'll love you from a distance. I love you and won't deal with you. I'm going to pray for you. But you will not have access to me. You'll miss my presence more than anything. That type thing. I think that's the energy we give, because we are no longer accepting hurt to say, oh, at least I got my family, at least I got a man, at least I got a wife, at least we're still together. Like, we're no longer accepting hurt to say that we have love. Like, hurt and love should not even go together. That whole tone, like Ja Rule got going on, the love is pain. Love should not be pain. Losing love is pain, yes. But having somebody look you in your face every day and say I love you, but causing you trauma and abuse, is not love. So I think that's where we're going at with it. I don't know. What y'all think? Leave me in the comments below.